So, are you looking for a career that's more than just a job? Something that feels like a real calling? If that's you, then you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're going to explore the world of online special education certification and help you figure out if this modern path is the right one for your journey.
Let's just start with the biggest question, right? The one that probably brought you here in the first place. Are you searching for a career where you can actually see the impact you're making day in and day out? If that idea gives you goosebumps, well, stick around.
Okay, so let's dive into this, because it's not just about passion, it's also about need. And what's so fascinating here is the story this data tells. The demand for qualified special education teachers is, well, it's just incredibly high. We're talking shortages in nearly every state, often blowing past other areas in education. This means it's not just a fulfilling career path, it's a critical, in-demand role where you can build a really stable and meaningful future. So how do you answer that call in our crazy, busy, modern world? Well, that brings us right to the heart of what we're talking about today, the online route to certification. First things first, let's get a really clear definition. An online special education certification is not just about watching a bunch of videos. No way. It's a structured, state-approved program that perfectly blends the flexibility of online classes with the absolutely essential, hands-on, in-person classroom experience. You really do get the best of both worlds. Now, the whole process might seem a little daunting, but you can really break it down into 3 core steps. It's pretty straightforward. First, you'll tackle all your foundational coursework online. Then, and this is key, you get into a real classroom for your supervised field experience. And finally, you pass your state's required licensure exams. See? Totally manageable when you look at it that way. So, who is this online path really designed for? Well, it's perfect for a few key groups of people. Maybe you're already a teacher and you want to specialize. Or you could be a total career changer who needs to study around a 9-to-5 job. Or maybe you're a parent who just needs a truly flexible schedule. If any of those sound like you, this model was pretty much built for your life. And this brings us to a really important crossroads. Every path has its ups and downs. So let's get honest and really weigh the options, the pros and the cons of doing this online. This right here, this is the fundamental choice you have to make. On one hand, you've got the incredible freedom of online learning. You fit school into your life, not the other way around. But on the other hand, you have the traditional on-campus route, which offers that structured, face-to-face community. It's really a decision between autonomy and structure. Let's really dig into the advantages for a minute. The biggest one, of course, is flexibility. You can study late at night after the kids are in bed or super early in the morning, whenever it works. Plus, you get access to amazing programs all across the country, not just the ones in your backyard. All of this makes it possible to balance your education with your job, your family, and, your actual life without having to put everything on hold. But, and this is a big but, we have to be realistic about the challenges. Online learning takes a ton of self-discipline and time management. There's no professor physically looking over your shoulder. You also have to be a bit more intentional about connecting with your classmates. And here's a big one. You'll likely need to be proactive in coordinating your own local fieldwork, which can be a pretty big logistical puzzle to solve. Okay, so if you've weighed all that and the online path still feels right, the next question is a big one. How do you find a great program? Let's chart that course right now. And that's such a good question, isn't it? Because there are so many options out there, and trust me, the quality can be all over the map. So what are the real deal breakers? What are those green flags you should be looking for? Here it is, your essential checklist. Number 1, and this is paramount, accreditation. Make sure the program is regionally accredited and approved by your state's Department of Education. Next, look for professors who aren't just academics, but who have recent, real-world classroom experience. A great program will also have strong support to help you find that clinical placement. And finally, they should be totally upfront about which states their license will transfer to. Let's just pause here for a second, because this is that important. Accreditation is not just some bureaucratic checkbox. It's your guarantee. It's your assurance that your certification will actually be recognized by school districts and that your education meets a high professional standard. Seriously, do not compromise on this. So, at the end of the day, here's the bottom line. A top-tier online program knows that the most important learning happens in a real classroom. They don't see the in-person part as an afterthought. No, they see it as the absolute centerpiece of your training, and they provide amazing support to make sure it's a valuable, meaningful experience for you. All right, We've covered the what, the why, and the how. So now we've arrived at the final stop on our tour, your decision. After everything we've talked about, we come right back to this one central question. And you know what? The answer isn't something I can give you. It's all about an honest look at who you are, what you need, and what you're ready for.
To help you figure that out, just ask yourself these 3 things. Number 1, does this self-directed online environment actually fit my learning style? 2, does this specific path line up with my bigger career goals? And 3, be honest with yourself. Am I truly motivated and disciplined enough to succeed with independent study?
Choosing your educational path is a huge decision. And the right choice? It's rarely about what's easiest. It's about finding the route that will best prepare you to make the kind of difference you were meant to make. Whatever you decide, thank you for even considering this incredible, vital profession.